Hey there, fellow animal lovers. Welcome back to Super Stubborn Animal, where we dive into the weird, the wild, and the utterly bizarre creatures that roam our planet. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most mind-boggling animals out there, the platypus. This critter is basically nature's way of saying, who needs rules? So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. The first encounter, wait, what is that? When European scientists first laid eyes on the platypus in 1798, their reactions were pretty much, what is this, a joke? Some actually thought it was a prank, a mashup of random animal parts stitched together to mess with them. Honestly, given how often weird discoveries popped up back then, that's not such a crazy theory. But nope, the platypus was real, and even weirder than they could have imagined. Imagine a mammal that looks like it's part duck, part beaver, with the ability to lay eggs and secrete venom. Was it a mammal? A bird? A furry reptile? Spoiler alert, it's a mammal, but it's got a lot going on that no one expected. So what in the world is going on with this creature? The platypus, an evolutionary oddball. To answer that, let's start with some serious science. The platypus is classified as a monotreme, which means it's an egg-laying mammal. Yeah, you read that right. Egg-laying mammal. Only two creatures on Earth do this, the platypus and the echidna, also an Australian native, because of course it is. So, why does this mammal lay eggs? We're talking about a mammal, folks. Aren't they supposed to give birth to live babies? Well, it turns out monotremes are like that one friend who just won't follow the crowd. They took a different evolutionary route, which means they kept the egg-laying thing that their ancient reptilian ancestors used to do. A blast from the past, 340 million years ago. Let's rewind the clock, way back to about 340 million years ago, when the first amniotes, the ancestors of reptiles, birds, and mammals, came into existence. These creatures had the amniotic egg, which gave them the ability to lay eggs that could survive on dry land. Huge deal at the time. Most animals had to lay their eggs in water, so they couldn't move too far from it. But reptiles, with their handy-dandy amniotic egg, could lay their eggs on land and go wherever they wanted. Fast forward to 200 million years ago, and while most mammals evolved to give birth internally, the monotremes stuck with the egg-laying gig. Their ancestors never got the memo about internal pregnancies and just kept on laying eggs, surviving against the odds. Now let's talk about why the platypus didn't get completely wiped out by the marsupials. Think kangaroos, wombats, and koalas. Around 70 million years ago, marsupials arrived in Australia, and they were much better at living on land. With internal pregnancies, they could protect their babies in a pouch, which meant they outcompeted the egg-laying monotremes. But for some reason, the platypus hung on. Why? Well, one theory is that the platypus became the king of the water. Marsupials could roam the land, but they couldn't venture into water because their babies would drown. The platypus, on the other hand, was all about chilling in the water. It laid eggs in a nest and didn't need to worry about babies drowning while it hunted in the water. Smart, right? Platypus, the swimming machine. Speaking of water, did you know the platypus is a pro swimmer? This little mammal is a total boss in the water. It uses its webbed feet like paddles to glide through, with the front feet for paddling and the back feet for steering. Oh, and here's the best part. It can hold its breath and stay submerged for up to 2 minutes. To do this, the platypus can become watertight when it needs to. It seals off its ears, closes its nostrils, and just glides through the water like it's no big deal. It's like the platypus is saying, yeah, I'm basically a land mammal, but I'm also an aquatic ninja. The platypus's bill, a superpower in itself. But the real magic happens with the platypus's bill. You know that duck-like bill? Well, it's flexible, rubbery, and incredibly sensitive. The platypus can hunt underwater with its eyes completely closed. Yep, that's how badass it is. How? Because the bill is both mechanoreceptive and electroreceptive. Let me break that down. Mechanoreception. The platypus's bill can feel pressure and vibrations in the water. This helps it detect prey like shrimp from up to 20 centimeters away just by feeling tiny ripples. Electroreception. The platypus's bill can also detect electric fields produced by the muscles of its prey. Yeah, like some kind of underwater X-ray vision. This ability is super rare in mammals with only 3 species, the platypus, echidna, and Guyana dolphin, having it. How cool is that? Venomous spurs, a little nasty surprise. But wait, there's more. Male platypuses have venomous spurs on their hind feet. When threatened or during territorial disputes, they can inject venom into their opponent. It's not deadly to humans, but it can cause some serious pain, nausea, sweating, swelling, and agonizing pain that won't go away with regular painkillers. So if you ever find yourself near a platypus, maybe keep those back legs away from your face. The venom is actually pretty unique. It shares some proteins with reptile venom, but scientists aren't exactly sure why platypuses develop venom in the first place. Some think it's for mating or territorial fights, but we're still scratching our heads on this one. Platypus genetics, a strange family tree. Recent genetic studies have also revealed that the platypus's genome is just as mind-blowing as its biology. Scientists have found that platypuses share a number of genes with birds, including a gene that helps them produce egg yolk proteins. So yes, the platypus is still a mammal, but it also has some bird-like traits that make it even weirder. The platypus. Still a mystery. Despite all the weird and wild facts we've covered, there are still so many mysteries about the platypus. For example, researchers just discovered that platypus skin glows under UV light. Why? We have no idea yet, but it just adds to the list of reasons why this animal is a one-of-a-kind marvel. So what have we learned about the platypus? It's not just a weird-looking animal, it's an evolutionary masterpiece. With the ability to lay eggs, swim like a champ, sense electricity, and even deliver venom, the platypus is a true oddity of nature. And to be honest, I think we're all a little bit jealous of how it's managed to hang on for so long with its crazy features. If you enjoyed learning about this crazy animal, don't forget to subscribe to Super Stubborn Animal for more strange and awesome facts about the animal kingdom. We'll be back with even more wild creatures that will make you go,